It's Saturday, got a late start today. We went and saw a Star Wars movie this morning. I won't spoil anything for you, but I've had this controller now for a few weeks. I really want to get it done and get it out. So it's time to dig into the parts that I dislike the most, and that's soldering on the actual controller itself. There's always a risk of ruining the controller, especially when you're as clumsy as me. So I don't enjoy soldering on controllers. But that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully solder some connectors onto the controller so I can put it back together and try to get this out to Jesse as soon as possible. I did get some work done earlier this week. I'll just show you that real quick. It's Tuesday night. I'm going to work on some soldering. Got some Cat 5 cable I'm going to use for an extension. So I'm going to put this all together with the Cat 5. Hopefully. Just got a few minutes to get some stuff done. I just put all this together. Hot glued it all in place. Looks great, except I forgot to put my mounting screws in first. And they don't fit. So I might have to pry all this out. It's a lot of work to have to undo. I'm gonna try to rig it. I don't know. We'll see. Tuesday night, I got this thumbstick all the way done. Looks nice. Looks like it could be usable on a chest if you did a lanyard. That's the whole idea with that. As you saw, yanking it out wasn't the greatest solution. If I had just used screws like you're supposed to, that would have gone smoother, but oh well, I used hot glue. I'd do it again. And I don't have the right size heat shrink tubing to add this connector to the end of that Cat 5 cable, so that's where I stop for tonight. Here we can see the bits that I'm actually going to be soldering to. We have the jumpers down here that I'll be using for the D-pad transplant. They're tiny. Those are the ones that I worry about because I have really shaky hands and a big dumb soldering iron that I should upgrade, that I might bridge those, and that's a pain in the ass to clean up. And then up here we have the left analog stick that I'll be attaching to as well. That's easy though. I should be able to solder to that no problem. Let's dig in. Okay, I have all 5 wires soldered in. I can't really test them which is unfortunate, without putting the whole thing back together. So I'm gonna have to just visually inspect them and hope they work. I think I'm gonna put some hot glue in here to hold them steady. I don't want those pulling loose, and they're just barely on there. Man, I hate soldering inside controllers. Okay, as I was putting this back together, I realized I wasn't paying attention to how the Xbox One does triggers. You've got a sensor. Here, scoot this over. You've got a sensor right in here and a magnet up in here, and the closer they get to it, the more it's affected. And you can see on this side, I was worried about whether or not these would fit in the controller at all, and I'm actually going to have plenty of space. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that now they're in the way of this magnet. So I need to unsolder all those and resolder them going around the outside there. And they should fit just fine. This is a much prettier one. It's prettier solder, I mean. It's out of the way of that. That should work for us really well. I'm just going to secure it with a little hot glue. And then I'm out of time for today. So hopefully tomorrow morning I can maybe get the controller all back together and we'll be rocking and rolling.